My husband has been ignoring me, but giving my mother his full attention.
Is he married to your mom?
Didn't think so.
Yeah.
He struggles to listen to me at all, but when my mother and he are together, it's like I don't exist.
Immediate red flag.
Yeah, that's weird.
He struggles to listen to you at all?
Yeah, already, you lost me there.
What?
This has been an issue ever since he was first around her. She's very talkative and tends to talk people's ears off. For whatever reason, she's zoned in on him, speaking more to him than she ever has to me. By the way, this comes from Professional Stick 363, and if you want to submit your own stories, just go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. Easy peasy. So he would get irritated by it, or so he claimed, but he would still engage. He said he did so because she would get upset if he didn't, which was and is still true. When he spoke to me for just a minute, she said that she was being ignored. I would get upset because I didn't speak much, and most of what I was saying was important. I felt like he couldn't tell her to hold on and prioritize what I was saying. I tried to ask him if he wanted me to order him something for dinner one time. I was running out of time to order, and he kept looking over and then looking back at her. He snapped that he couldn't talk to both of us at the same time. I said I felt like he was ignoring me. I was already upset over other things that had happened that day. When we got back to where we were staying, I asked if I could talk to him about it, doing so calmly, as he always said that I didn't do that, and that this was why it led to an argument. I don't like this guy.
No.
I really don't like this guy saying like, oh, you never do it calmly.
Starting an argument. Like, why are we with this man?
Like, which
Easy
I guess could be true
breakup.
sometimes, but I don't know. It feels
I don't
off.
buy it from him.
Feels off. Well, within seconds of me asking, he was yelling at me, punting things and threatening divorce.
Divorce this man.
Yeah, just do it. Just
Literally
be like,
from the
okay.
first sentence, divorce him.
Yeah, we're on slide 12 out of 58 in this story.
Divorce.
We're
Easy.
already so against this man.
There's nothing redeemable.
I don't like him. When we were last here, I didn't say much, as usual, and whenever I did, he would get frustrated. He would say that he was overstimulated and couldn't talk to both of us at the same time, that he needed to be left alone. He's done the same on this current trip, though I am not the one causing his overstimulation. It seems he takes it out on me anyway. I struggle to believe he's experiencing it because a while back, he said he was, and that he had a headache, but then immediately went back to speaking and joking with her. When I got upset and said that I felt like he was unfairly taking it out on me, that I wasn't doing anything wrong, he acted like I didn't understand his overstimulation. He refused to listen to me or acknowledge what I was saying. When I said he gives most of his attention to my mother, he said, can I not choose how and who I want to interact with? Which would mean he is actively ignoring me. The crazy thing is that he's a hypocrite as always.
Dude,
every single sentence
You don't
about
like
this
your
man,
husband. You literally don't like your husband.
and you shouldn't. I don't like your husband.
I don't like your husband, but you don't like your husband, so why are you with your husband?
He sounds incredibly emotionally manipulative.
Yeah.
And
like, oh, can I not choose who I spend time with? Sure, you can choose, but why are you with a person that you don't want to spend time with?
yeah, it's always the people that are like, if you bring up an issue, they
Yeah.
immediately flip it back on you.
Yeah.
It's
come
like,
on.
oh my goodness. It was days later that I snapped and told him to hold on when she was speaking to me, overwhelming me in the process. He told me not to say that, not to take it out on him, and that it was her bothering me. This is literally what she told you, sir. And that's the thing about people like this, is that since you've used this argument against them, they know how much it means to you.
Yeah.
And it actually, like, you know, holds like
Weight,
value
yeah.
or weight, for you. And so then they know that that's gonna get you
And then you're going to be like,
back. Yeah. He said this twice, the only times that I've done it. When I said he was a hypocrite and asked why he couldn't acknowledge it or apologize when I said it, he said that he was sorry. Who knows? Maybe he was only saying it because I had. Either way, I don't like it. Every day it's the same thing whenever she's around. When we all go out together, I can only speak to him when she's out of the car. Otherwise, she will speak over me or seem to get bothered that his attention isn't on her.
dude, you need to leave your mom.
Yeah, you gotta talk to your mom about this too.
Yeah, like, honestly, just like, why are you still there? You got to get out of there.
Tonight we got dinner to cook at home. When we got back, they were talking in the kitchen. I asked if I could put the chicken out. I had to keep asking, with him only responding after she left and blaming his not listening on the fact that she was talking to him. He was going to put the rice on and asked where the pans were. She had just shown me, so I told him. He didn't take in what I was saying and called for her. I left the kitchen, and when I came back, the rice was on. She was standing right in front of it. Now, this is an issue because she spits when she talks. It's something that bothers both of us. When we go out to eat, I cover my food. Dang. The last time we ate out, he got spit on. Now he is reluctant to go out to eat because of it. He would know that I wouldn't want her in front of the food. When I commented on her being near it, he said that she wasn't that close. I started stirring the rice, which unbeknownst to me had only been on for a few minutes. Because I didn't know that, I was confused as to why it wasn't getting hot. I kept asking him, and it took several times for him to say that it hadn't been long.
Dude, this is like, if I was in, as someone who does get overstimulated, if I was in this space, I would have a breakdown.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining this. So you have OP's mom who's like, and she's spitting.
Yeah.
And then OP's like, hey, is the rice on? Why isn't the rice getting hot? Why isn't the rice getting hot? And then the husband is like ignoring and talking to the mom and being like, blah, 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 blah,
right.
blah, blah, blah. And then he's just like, and she's like, why isn't the rice getting, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'd have a breakdown.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being in a room with all three of these people.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so painful.
That's my nightmare.
So painful. When it did get hot, I started to smell something strange. I was under the assumption it was a gas stove and asked if it was gas, something I again had to ask more than once. It then started to smoke, and I asked him to turn it down. He didn't listen to me, though I asked more than once. The smoke alarm went off because of it.
What the frick?
This is
Like,
infuriating.
if there was an active fire, would you be like, hey, honey, there's an active fire?
Hey.
Would he just not ignore you? Would he just ignore you?
The smoke alarm would have to beep
like
beep, 10 times for him to actually be like, whoa,
is there
wait.
a fire? And Opie's
like,
there.
Yes. I mentioned that Trump left the World Health Organization, and he responded to that. I tried to say more, but before I knew it, they were in a debate, and everything I was saying was being ignored again. I asked for help again, and he didn't respond. What a shocker.
This man doesn't like you.
Yeah. I asked more than once, and he threw his head back, rolled his eyes, which I thought was at me. When he came back and started trying to help, I told him not, that he didn't want to help before. He asked if he should go away then, and I said yes. Good job. I can't remember everything I said, but the gist of it was that I was being ignored, as I always am, and that I'm fed up with it. I said I didn't want to be out with them, that I didn't want the food, and that I was going to order something. He called me a prick, and I left. Good on you. Get out of there.
But like, also, please get out of the relationship.
Absolutely. He came into the room and told me to come out. I reacted angrily, insulted him a bit, and told him I was done being ignored by him. He acted like I was overreacting, like I had no reason to be upset. He said that he had listened to me. This isn't just a one-off instance, but something that happens every day. He seems to listen to everyone but me, including my mother, who primarily goes on about herself constantly and doesn't take in most of what he or anyone else says. He acts annoyed by it sometimes, but then engages with it and encourages her to keep going. Right now, he's in the living room and she's going on and on about herself, about her life. He's not saying much, but he's asking questions that would keep it going. I don't know if he's taking in what she's saying, but if it were me talking to him like that, he wouldn't even be responding. I can't even ask him a question. And he's also studying away to become a counselor, so he's going to not only listen to strangers, but also listen to their problems. And you know what you could listen to is full episodes with more stories just like this one. Just go to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever your favorite podcast app is, and search OK Storytime. You could always listen to it. But yeah, there's a little bit more. But how hot is the fire in you right now? Because
I'm enraged.
But
also I'm a little bit annoyed at OP, honestly.
Yeah, for the insulting and stuff.
No, just like being in a situation where you're like talking to someone who just literally doesn't talk back. Like you're talking to a statue. Why are we married to a statue?
Yeah.
I mean, I totally understand that it's really hard to be in that situation and not know how to get out and being like, and then your mom is also seemingly on his side too, or at least doesn't really see what the situation is.
Right. I am glad that OP is aware of what's happening.
Yeah, aware enough of being like, I am being ignored.
Yeah, and is like doing something about it. Because I think in a lot of situations, it's very easy for the one being ignored to just be like, okay, you're right.
It's like, no, take action.
Yeah, and she is. Thank goodness for it.
But I also think I think of my steps that I'd give, one, you need to start this divorce process, honestly.
Right away.
It's just like, it's not even like something that you could talk through because he's not willing to even talk to you. And two, maybe we need to limit the amount of time we're spending around mom because she also seems like an issue.
Yeah, why? Like, do they live with her or something?
I have no idea. Why are you around her so much?
Yeah, they're like always annoyed by her, but then also are always getting food with her and stuff.
Yeah, it seems like you guys kind of hate her.
Yeah, I think I really hate the husband.
Me
I
too.
think that like even if he was right, and even if he like I don't know didn't hear, which we know is not true, but like even if he was overstimulated or something like that, if she's upset about it, his reaction should not be to just
belittle.
Immediately belittling and like discounting her emotions. You know, they could like have a conversation about it. You know, but I mean that's also something that he's doing wrong on top of being a hypocrite and like making it clear that he can hear her.
Yep.
Is making up all these excuses. There is a little bit more. He's done other things like walking ahead of me with her when going into stores. A while back, he saw that I was still at the car, but kept going. When we are in public, he goes off with her or responds to her whenever she speaks to him, even when I am already trying to talk to him. Sometimes I feel like he's married to her. Sometimes I think he's doing it on purpose to make me feel like I don't matter, because a lot of the time, I think he actually doesn't like her. That maybe he's just trying to make a good impression. I have no idea, but I don't think it's normal. And there are some comments. Comment number 1 says, "No, but I think your mother is around you guys too much. It sounds like an extremely frequent occurrence. Have you tried taking space from her?" OP responds, "She is, as we are staying with her on this trip."
Don't stay with
it's
her.
On a trip. That
literally
all of this is
like
happening.
go get a new place. Go stay at a new place.
Get a new hotel. Not that she wasn't all the times before. Even when she's out of the equation, he struggles to listen to me. And also, I don't think it's my mother stopping him from doing so.
I don't think so either. I think he has his own problem, and I also think that your mom's a problem.
Absolutely. I do, however, think it's making everything worse. We have gotten some days to ourselves, but not fully. And that's it. Wow. So yeah, I think it's definitely like obviously the husband's and the mom has her own problems, and so all of it coming together is like the perfect storm.
Yeah.